who's next.
Hey, how y'all doing? Back again on a great episode of the It Factor podcast, and today we have someone special. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joirdyn Smith. I play for the women's basketball team here at Clark Atlanta.
Yes, indeed. So it's a joy to have you. It's literally an honor. I ain't gonna hold you, man. You're a great basketball player,
Thank you.
and just proud to have you on the show. So with that being said, how are you doing mentally, physically, and emotionally?
I'm doing well. Honestly, super blessed. The year has just started, but many opportunities have presented themselves. School, we just started spring semester, so I'm excited about that. I'm not the biggest person on school, but I'm looking to be engaged and focused in on my classes and having a successful second semester.
I know you will. I know you will. Look, hey, you ain't the biggest person on school, so it's cool to see how you're in college now. But hey,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, I think that college, especially Clark Atlanta, is gonna get you to the point to where you're gonna be like, no, school ain't that bad. Like college really ain't that
Yeah.
bad. It's actually simpler.
Yeah.
I think it's simpler than grade school, to be honest.
It is. I was telling someone that. I was just saying that. They were like, how was your first semester academically? And I was like, honestly, it's pretty easy. You just go to class, do your work, get help where you need it. But other than that, it's really easy if you know how to work without somebody having to like babysit you. So,
Indeed. I was an engineer, so it was a lot of work I had to do myself.
oh,
God. But I'll say, what led you wanted to come to Clark Atlanta University?
so I'm not gonna lie, throughout my recruiting process, it was pretty up and down. I didn't have the greatest experience as far as like my college recruitment, but I will say Clark stood out to me because they wanted me. I felt the most wanted by them. And ultimately you have to go where you're wanted, where you feel fit. And so I felt fit at Clark. It took me a little while to finally realize like this is the place for me, but once I got here, it was an instant connection. It was like, yeah, I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
That's good. And Clark always feel like home. I mean, I remember coming up here. Yes, I'm from South Georgia, but coming up here is a little different. Coming up here is a little fast, stuff like that. But I remember coming up with my cousin, like, you're going to fall in love with it. And that's why,
Hmm.
like, it's a good, had a good
Definitely.
time at it. And then going to school in Boston, that's when I was like, oh, God, nah, I want to go back to Clark, So I say, what is your it factor? Why do you do what you do?
My it factor, I would say, as far as a basketball player, I feel like I'm a good leader. I'm a natural born leader. I'm a motivator, and ultimately, those aspects carry me off the court in my friendships, my relationships. I think anybody could vouch that is in my circle. Like I'm an uplifter. Anybody around me, just I make them feel good. I'm a very positive. I try to be a very positive person. And so I think ultimately that carries me on the court with being a good teammate. And like if you watch me play, I'm very passionate. And I just have a lot of fiery energy in me, and so that's what that comes from.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I say that fire led to you being newcomer of the week. How was it getting though that accolade or something like that for the SIAC to say, you know what? I like how she played. We're gonna award her in the beginning of the season. How do you feel about that?
Mhm. Man, like many people know, once you are in your freshman year of your college season, like it's honestly a humbling season. It has many ups and downs, a lot of learning curves. Like it's not just a smooth breeze. So, a couple of weeks prior to that, I had been working really hard. I've been working hard, but specifically a couple of weeks prior to that, I had been working really hard and just been locked in and focused. And so when I did have that somewhat of a breakout game, and then I got newcomer of the week, it just felt really good. Like it just felt like what I was doing was finally paying off, finally being seen. I had an opportunity and I maximized it. So that was the outcome of it. And I was really happy and grateful.
Okay, dude, I love that. I love that. I say, with that being said, who's some of your favorite college and WNBA players, if you have any?
WNBA, I would definitely say, I know it's cliche, Angel Reese. But I've actually watched Angel since she was in high school. I've met her a couple times on the EYBL circuit. I love her energy and her fire and her passion. That's kind of the similar fire I play with. And then Ty Harris, she's one of my favorites. She's actually a family friend, and just watching her journey growing up has been so inspirational. She's been very impactful in my basketball journey. So, I love her, love supporting her. And always whatever team she's on, that's who I'm rooting for.
Amazing. That's amazing. I say, how has it been, with that transition from high school to college now, how has it been with you going to your second semester? Like, how was the first semester for you?
So on the court, first semester, I did struggle a little bit only because initially I was the only freshman. Now we do have a freshman walk on at this point, but initially it was just me. And I'm just thrown in the fire with a bunch of girls who are a lot older than me. I'm the youngest on the team by a few years. So, it was definitely a learning curve, but I was grateful to be surrounded by so many vets where I felt like I'm just constantly learning, constantly like picking up on things. It's just like I was a sponge soaking up everything. Practices are very competitive. Like, I don't know, Adriana might have told you that, but our practices are super competitive. And so ultimately it prepares me for our games. It prepares me for any opponent we may play. So, it was an adjustment, but once I got adjusted, once I finally felt comfortable, it was really up from there.
That's good. That's good. And I say, tell us about Style J Fit. I seen you when I was doing my research. I was looking at the page and I was like, hey, I see you got your business and you're a freshman and you play sports. Now, how you balance all that? But like, tell us about Style J Fit first. I love how you styling the outfits. That's a good thing, man. That's real good.
Thank you. So I'm actually an aspiring wardrobe stylist. So
Okay.
that's kind of where that comes from. It's still in its beginning stages, but post college, I want to be a wardrobe stylist for athletes, not just athletes, but mainly athletes, because I want to kind of marry the fashion and sports world. I love fashion. I love clothes. That's my therapy. And I just love how athletes have the ability to, showcase our personality through our clothes, whether that's our tunnel fits, our draft day looks, game day fits, anything of that sort. Like, that's what I want to do. And I think Atlanta has brought me a lot of connections already into doing that. So I feel like I'm definitely in the right spot.
Yes, indeed, you are. Atlanta's one of them places. I mean, whatever you kind of trying to do, they got something for it. So I'll say,
Right.
you know what you're doing. I'll say, who is Joirdyn outside of all the fashion, outside of basketball, and outside of all you are known for?
hmm So I am, like I said, very fiery. I have a big personality. Many people tell me I bright up rooms when I walk in them. But I'm also very caring. I'm a loyalist. Everyone in my circle, like, we're like this. I look out for my loved ones. I like to pride myself on having a big heart and, just sharing the energy that God has given to me. And I like to exude that in whatever I do, whether that's on the court, in the classroom, in my career, in all fields of my life. So definitely a big personality. I don't get along with everyone, but that's okay. I'm not for everyone. And so, that comes with having just a big personality.
That's true. That's true. And yeah, like you said, you can't get along with everybody now. We wish it was that way, but actually, I don't. There's some people I'm glad
Right.
I don't talk to. I'll say, upon graduating, what would you like to be doing? I seen you said you want to style athletes and other people's fits. What are some things that you would love to do outside of that?
Right. So I'm currently a content creator. I do YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that. So I want to continue that.
Mhm.
I want to hopefully get my real estate license and get an investment property. Because I do want to take the entrepreneur route. I also want to have like other incomes to fall back on just so I have sustainability. But honestly, there's so much I want to do. Like, sometimes I feel like I have too much on my plate. I'm so ambitious in that sense that I just want to do everything. I feel like I can dibble and dabble in everything. So, those are just a few things that I want to do. But, that could change from now. Who knows? But as of right now, those are all the things that, have my interest after college.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I was like, you're just a freshman in college. Actually, it seems like it's a short time, but actually it go by fast. So like I say that things are gonna change, but you're an athlete and we tend to do a lot of things. Like I know I do a lot.
Right.
Like my wife sometimes be
De-
looking like, you just got off work, you wouldn't do a podcast, you wouldn't do it. I'm like, hey, it's what I gotta do. I gotta keep it going. So if I can do
and
it,
that's what I think that separates us athletes as far as like after our sport, we juggle so many things. So it's like I don't feel like I can't not do that. Like I feel like yes, I can do three different careers if
Right.
I choose to, because I've balanced having to go to weights, straight to practice, having game day, got to get treatment, still got to fuel my body. Like I've done all these things my entire life. So I feel like it really does prepare us for the real world.
It does. It does. I have only just a few more questions. I know it's early, but I'll say, what is the legacy you would like to leave at Clark Atlanta University? Not only just as an athlete, but also as a student.
Mm-hmm. As an athlete, I would like to break some sort of shooting record or at least match it. Part of my game is I'm a strong 3-point shooter, so I want to be in the books for that, definitely. I also want to win a conference title. Hopefully we can get that done multiple times. And I want to make the big tournament. I want to make a big tournament run. And so I kind of want to do those things that haven't been done at Clark. And whether that's this year or whether it takes me 4 years, I definitely want to check one of those things off. As far as outside of school, I want to be one of the hottest stylists to come out of Clark Atlanta. I want everybody to come to me like she went to Clark. That's Clark stylist. Like that's what I want to be known as. A big entrepreneur, someone young girls, young Black girls can look up to, and just to tell everyone like don't let anyone put you in a box. Like you don't just have to be an athlete, you don't just have to be a student, you don't just have to be one thing. Like you can be so much more than that. And so that's kind of the legacy I want to leave. I want to be the living proof for girls who are just like me.
I love that. And you're already doing that. You're already paving the way.
Thank you.
It's only around the corner. And that will lead to my next question. So, what would it mean to you to win an SIAC championship and also a D2 national championship, either or? But I would say y'all on the road right now, though. Y'all balling.
Mm-hmm.
I seen, in my time, well, I just graduated in 2019, but I seen them win one or two conference championships. I just say those
Mm-hmm.
young ladies was balling. Y'all always been better than the boys. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, so it would mean a lot, honestly. I've been a winner my entire basketball career. I've been on winning teams. I've contributed to winning culture. So, that would just be another checklist off of my tons of wins. So it would be amazing just to do it with the great group of girls we have here this season. We love on each other, we work hard, we have lots and lots of fun together. So it would mean a lot, especially to our school. We have a lot of doubters, I would say, as far as like other sports, maybe, or other administrators at Clark. We're an afterthought. So for us to win, it would be like a big statement, like we're serious, we're here, we've been working, and so our work would finally have paid off. So that would mean so much to us.
I love that. I love that. I'll say, one last question. What's some advice you would give to a young lady that wants to be in your shoes?
Ooh, advice I would give. Hmm. I would say, don't let anyone tell you you can't do something, one. And then two, whatever you want to do, stand on that. Make a plan, manifest it, pray on it, keep God first, and work towards that goal. Every day is not going to be easy on that journey to that goal. You're going to be told no many times. You're going to fail many times, but do not give up on that goal. If you have your mind set on something, do it. And it doesn't just have to be one thing. It could be multiple things. You could be great at multiple things.
Do you have any questions for me?
When did you start your podcast?
I started back. I think I started working back in 2019 once I graduated. So probably like December of 2019. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So do you have like any like big goals as far as like how far you want to take it, or is this like kind of it for you?
I feel like it's a life thing. I feel like it's something that I love to do. I'm getting to the point to where I'm able to reach out to people or people reach out to me. So that's cool.
Mm.
But also I'm able to kind of scale it back and say, you know what? I was looking at the University of Maryland women when I said, no, I need to also look at the women from my alma mater. Like I can't just
Right.
interview them. I got to go back and interview, some women from my alma mater. So to interview you and your teammate is cool to me because y'all doing the same thing they doing. It's just on a different level.
Right. Right.
So getting to that point, being able to bring on some more people that are of substance, like I'm about to have a brain surgeon on. So it's people like that, about to have another guy in the NFL coming on, stuff like that. That's cool.
Hmm.
But I love interviewing common day people because people like yourselves are how the world runs. So just
Right.
happy that I'm able to do that and see the impact that it has brought. I done shot over 200, more than almost 300 some episodes now with amazing
Yeah.
people. And the thing that's cool, Joirdyn, is seeing y'all when you graduate, seeing you when you go work with Angel Reese, seeing you when you go
Hmm.
do other things. That's how I win when you go do that.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's awesome. I love what you're doing. I love how you give us kind of a platform, a voice outside of what we're kind of known for on the outside. People kind of get to get a deeper dive into who we are and our stories. So I love what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, that's what I'm here for. So thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm probably gonna put out a snippet, probably in a couple of days or close to next
Okay.
week. But I'm also gonna just reach out to you, and I'll reach out to Ashley and your rest of your team. Also, it's cool that you got a team. That's a smart thing.
Mhm.
But
Yes.
when I reach out, I'm gonna reach out to them and send it to them because it's gonna come out later in season 6. But we'll talk about it. And
Okay.
anything that come up, y'all want to reach out, just let me know.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.